Love, one of the most powerful and complex emotions of human beings, is a topic we can never ignore. But have you ever wondered why, in a relationship filled with deep love, you feel tired, confused, or even lose yourself? Why do these emotions continue to swirl with no clear answers? In this video, Shining Mirror-LVB will delve into the profound perspectives of Nietzsche, a philosopher renowned for his theories on love and relationships. According to Nietzsche, love is not the perfect harmony between two individuals, but rather a complex and often contradictory exchange of power. This is a powerful awakening that helps us become more aware of what really happens in relationships, emotional manipulation, and how we can control ourselves in love. Join Shining Mirror-LVB as we uncover the truths that few dare to face about love, to gain a deeper understanding of the nature of relationships and how to build a lasting and genuine love. The factors more important than money. In relationships, we often think that money and financial security are the most important factors. However, according to Rachael, there are elements far more significant than these material things. These include emotional security, genuine connection, and the sense of agency in life. These are often overlooked but have a profound impact on happiness and long-lasting relationships. Rachael points out that women's decision to divorce is not always due to obvious reasons such as infidelity or addiction. These issues are often seen as clear deal breakers in relationships. But in reality, most of the women she counsels don't face these problems. Instead, the main reasons they choose to divorce stem from more subtle issues, but ones that have a deeper impact on them. Women, in many cases, decide to end the relationship when they feel emotionally insecure, when they no longer feel a genuine connection and affection from their partner. They don't experience real care and sharing. Instead, they feel lost and lonely within the relationship. Moreover, the sense of losing control over their own lives, when the woman no longer feels she has the agency to make important decisions, is a deciding factor. When they lose their agency and cannot maintain independence within the relationship, they feel as if they are boxed in, without the ability to breathe or grow. This is why Rachael emphasizes that when elements like emotional security and connection are unmet, material wealth cannot compensate for them. Money and financial security are just the outer shell, while the emotional and psychological factors are the solid foundation for a lasting relationship. Agency. Why is it so important? Rachael elaborates on the concept of agency, one of the three fundamental needs humans must have besides food and sleep. Agency is not just the ability to do what you want, but the sense that you can control your own life, make decisions about your future, and shape your own destiny without being controlled by external factors. When a woman feels that she has lost her agency in a marriage, for example, being controlled, unable to live as her true self, or unable to pursue her personal aspirations, it creates a huge void in her soul. Divorce, in many cases, may be her way of reclaiming this control. When agency is violated, feelings of helplessness and frustration begin to build up. Women don't just want to be loved, they want to feel that they have the right to decide the course of their own lives. They want to express themselves, pursue their passions, and change direction when necessary, without being bound or dictated to by anyone. Losing agency doesn't just make them feel stripped of their personal freedom, but it also makes them feel that a vital part of the relationship is missing. This leads to dissatisfaction and, in many cases, the decision to end the relationship. This doesn't just apply to women but to all people. History has proven that millions have sacrificed their lives to protect their agency. The American Revolution, the Civil War, and even modern-day conflicts are all tied to the fight for individual control over one's life. Agency is an essential part of life for everyone, and without it, people will feel oppressed and unable to endure. Loss of connection and security in marriage. Another significant reason why women decide to divorce is the sense of losing connection and security in the marriage. Rachael points out that many women do not leave their marriage due to obvious issues like infidelity or addiction, but because they feel a lack of emotional connection with their partner. This feeling isn't about the absence of love, but a deep disconnection, where they can no longer share their thoughts and feelings openly and honestly with their spouse. When women can't communicate about important thoughts and emotions, They begin to feel isolated. Even within the relationship, they crave emotional intimacy but can't find it. Moreover, one of the essential elements in any relationship is emotional security. Women want to feel safe and emotionally supported in the relationship. When they feel that this protection is no longer there, when they no longer feel shielded and supported through difficult times, this loss of connection gradually creates a large void in the relationship. Even though this may lead to financial loss, women sometimes choose to divorce as a way to regain the emotional safety and connection they cannot find in the marriage. Love and marriage are not just about physical or financial aspects, but also about support, sharing, and emotional resonance. When these elements are no longer present, the relationship becomes increasingly unsustainable. Reaction to losing agency. When a person feels they have lost their agency, they may experience extremely negative emotions such as anxiety, stress, and even depression. This is a completely natural reaction, as agency is not just a basic need, but also a crucial factor that makes people feel free, in control, and happy in life. When we no longer feel in control of our lives, we begin to feel trapped, as if we have lost the ability to change or adjust our own lives. For women, agency is an especially important factor when they no longer feel empowered in a relationship or in their personal life. The feeling of losing control can lead to deeply negative reactions. Women may feel that they are no longer themselves, that they no longer have the ability to make decisions for their own life. This creates significant dissatisfaction, and if this state persists, it can lead to a deterioration in mental health, such as anxiety and depression. Agency is a core element in maintaining freedom and happiness in life. When this is lost, not only is the relationship affected, but the overall quality of life also declines significantly. When a woman decides to divorce in this situation, it is her way of reclaiming control and autonomy in her life. Even though this may lead to unavoidable financial consequences, however, regaining agency is an essential step toward restoring mental health and happiness. Reaction to losing agency. When a person feels they have lost their agency, they may experience extremely negative emotions such as anxiety, stress, and even depression. This is a completely natural reaction, as agency is not just a basic need, but also a crucial factor that makes people feel free, in control, and happy in life. When we no longer feel in control of our lives, we begin to feel trapped, as if we have lost the ability to change or adjust our own lives. For women, agency is an especially important factor when they no longer feel empowered in a relationship or in their personal life. The feeling of losing control can lead to deeply negative reactions. Women may feel that they are no longer themselves, that they no longer have the ability to make decisions for their own life. This creates significant dissatisfaction, and if this state persists, it can lead to a deterioration in mental health, such as anxiety and depression. Agency is a core element in maintaining freedom and happiness in life. When this is lost, not only is the relationship affected, but the overall quality of life also declines significantly. When a woman decides to divorce in this situation, it is her way of reclaiming control and autonomy in her life. Even though this may lead to unavoidable financial consequences, however, regaining agency is an essential step toward restoring mental health and happiness. In the end, the story of why women choose to divorce, even though it may financially hurt them, serves as a reminder of the most fundamental elements in a relationship. We cannot just look at the surface reasons, we need to delve deeper into the underlying causes of emotions. Agency and security. A sustainable relationship is not just built on money or financial security, but on the feeling of connection, emotional safety, and the freedom to be oneself. If you're going through difficulties in your relationship, take the time to reflect on these elements and find ways to restore them before it's too late. Love and connection cannot be maintained when we don't feel safe or have control over our own lives. The key is to realize that you deserve respect, emotional connection, and autonomy in your relationship. If you feel that your relationship lacks connection or control, don't hesitate to seek change. Take action and find ways to reclaim your agency and emotional safety in your life. After all, we all deserve the right to control our own lives, and emotional security is an indispensable part of any relationship. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Shining Mirror-LVB to not miss future lessons about life, marriage, and deep stories from great minds.